angry and decided to hand down the judgment in 2 days' time.
We've got Zakaryya Abdelhady with us here in the studio. He's an assistant professor of Islamic thought and culture at Qatar University. We thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Before we get on to, I guess, the moral argument of whether people should be tried or not, or what the sentence should be, the lawyer was just saying there that he felt a lot of the processes were wrong, and then you only get 2 days between, well, the sentencing was handed down in 2 days. Does that seem unusual to you?
Yeah, this is a typical fascist, Nazist regimes. This is the whole criteria of fascist Nazist regime, that they would not allow anybody to think, anybody to have a different opinion. They just kill them. They kill them on the streets. And this is the biggest mistake that the 25th of revolution made, is that when they get rid of Mubarak, the dictator is not just an individual. The dictator, he's an individual that he have tools to maneuver. And the judges, those judges and this, the army and all those were the tools of the dictator. So they get rid of Hosni Mubarak, but all the tools were functioning, and all the tools are still killing and doing the same thing. And this is the crazy thing. It's supposed to be the court, it's supposed to be the person that, when he feel injustice, go there and get his rights. In fact, the court are the one who is killing people and sentencing them to death for
well, okay, and you've said they're sentencing them to death. Why do you think such that particularly harsh sentence, the most harsh of sentences, why that for charges that were storming a police station, damaging public and private property?
Exactly. Yeah, my own analysis for this situation is that they are trying their best to lead those peaceful protesters, they're anti-coup protesters, who, by the way, they are not all the Muslim Brotherhood. There are a lot of huge spectrum now of people who are against this coup. They are leading them to violence. They are pushing them to the limit. They are trying to rape the women to push them to the... It didn't work.
Or are they sending a message now and saying, look, we have had 3 years of this tumultuous period in Egypt's history, up and down. Too many people have died already. We need to start getting serious and saying this is... we don't want to see any more violence, and this is how serious we are about it. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, so by killing them. So they killed them in Rabaa, they killed thousands of people in Rabaa, and in the people who killed the 35 individual in a police car, and they were smoked to death. Those army officers were released. So that's crazy. So they are just giving a clear message. Anybody who's against us, we'll kill him either in the street, or at home, or even by court. We have all the tools in our hand, and we'll kill you, we'll kill you. Either you accept, or you'll have to run away like a brother, and you'll be called a devil and all this will.
Okay. Egypt has to turn a corner at some point, or it has to stop going around in circles.
Yeah.
The logical point for that is elections. Do you believe that that can happen there, and that they can start to draw a line under all of this and say, move on, elect a leadership, and do it properly and move on?
Actually, that's what happened. We had an elected president. We had an elected parliament. We had an elected Shura council. We had an elected and voted in for constitution. So it's not about election. Those people wiped all those things. It's actually the reality, if you wouldn't put it in a small words. Egypt is being kidnapped. We have a fascist, Nazist regime that are trying to, that actually kidnapped an elected president, kidnapped the parliament, kidnapped the Shura Council, kidnapped the constitution and replaced it with another constitution. And anybody who disagree, anybody that have a different opinion, there is no way for you. You can't exist in this kidnapped society. You'll either be kicked out, or you'll be taken out from your nationality. A lot of people that even opposing them, they are now, their nationality will be withdrawn away from them. This is nonsense. This is a typical fascist system. And that's why a lot of people are coming now and opposing. A lot of people who have no orientation of any political movements or anything. They are saying, this is crazy. This is, yeah.
Zakaryya Abdelhady is joining us from Qatar University with his thoughts. We thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Now, a good point to mention as well that the trial of the 3 Al Jazeera journalists jailed in Egypt